Some days the Tyrant just gets crazy. Sure you get smash the living crap out of that gamer choice button and use discount code MK4 to save you on the purchase. So, a lot of very interesting best-selling cards here. Masquerade's actually doing very, very well at $5, which is crazy to see. Saranir's been completely wiped off of the market, which I don't really blame people for seeing this, considering, I mean, like, you got multi-purposing tools to kind of go with this. Cross out, coming in, ultra rare, ultra rare, ultra rare. I mean, these hand traps are doing well. Starlight Rosin's also been going pretty well the way it looks. Gamma Delta for $3. I mean, sure. Vision Starlight's gone for 30. Uh-oh. That's interesting. Rhoda's gone. PCR Dominus got created. That's very interesting to see. Secret Rare Lacrima also doing some interesting things. Starlight Neospatial Aqua Dolphin for $10. I mean, it all comes down to you, like, do you like the alt arts that are available? You know, are they spicy enough for you to get? The Dimension Shifter's probably going to be a nice one to kind of talk about. Radiant Typhoon Vision Ultra is coming in pretty cheap. Ultra Dragoon, $80, $40, and so forth on these. Trap Dust Shoot getting created pretty quickly. We've seen the Starlight moving a little bit here. But in terms of, you know, the mid-range stuff, it's doing pretty decent. Now, how is our high-end doing? Let's go roll on back here to page 1. The Mirror Jade is gone. Well, and the Quasar actually sold. You know, I shouldn't be surprised to see these two going, but like the Super Poly, like the cards that you could possibly need an extra one of is a little bit rough. So I guess it's to be expected. Also, luckily enough for you, Kong's also has great things moving over here. Radiant Typhoon Vision being the top end. Also, discount code MK40 will save you on your purchase on anything you're going to want over here as well. So it looks like, honestly, a lot of this stuff is doing pretty well. Lordly Loads are moving. Looks like, of course, Gamma. I mean, even though Gamma's at 1, people are still going to want to play set just to kind of have them. Like, this is just kind of the reality we live in right now. Dragon's Mind, still also a very, very good card. I mean, this is also just all the main pool. You know, if we shift down here and we go to the stamp collection, Shifter's your best moving one. Followed by, you know, Cross Out Ash. You know, people do want the art collection. I'm very surprised by how strong this stuff has been moving. So discount code MK40, save you on your purchase on anything that you're going to want over here on Kong's or on Gamer's Choice. This was also hilarious. I saw this on Twitter and I was like, oh, I want to. So this is a deck box, going first, going second markers, dice bag, sleeves, and a playmat. That's right. The grill is actually a playmat. Like, this is actually the funniest thing I have seen. And if you know, you know. But the ingenuity is crazy on this one. So, to honor the spirit of how great the meta is and how the Tyrant's tantrum and how his anger has been felt throughout the ages of this game, we had to look at some of the classical good cards that the great Tyrant has had throughout the years. Now, Tyrant's temper here is actually no crazy one to actually see. And by the way, take a look at these prices here, people. You know, should this card actually be pushing, you know, these price points? You know, should we be looking at distribute a monster face of monsters you control are unaffected by the effects of other trap cards? If you notice, this completely makes everything on your field basically unaffected by an irrelevant game mechanic at this current juncture in the game. But hey, you know what? You had a sale back on $3.19. You know, this is from Starstrike Blast as a super rare. You know, kind of cool. What about the Tyrant's Throws? Activate by tributing 2 monsters. Neither player can normal or special summon affect monsters. You know, I think this card is really, really a funny haha classic. Just to kind of look at and to know. Like, the Tyrant was truly a monster of this game. And as you can see here, this one's also gotten a little bit out of hand. Did I miss something here? $1.67, $3, $6 now for this? But I mean, like, this is from Photon Shockwave, and it's a very powerhouse Floodgate card, and you've actually, dare I say, you've actually had sales on this thing. What a great time to see. And then, of course, the Tyrant's Tirade, the tribute to monsters. Effects of effect monsters activated in the hand or in the field cannot be activated. You guys remember this one? With all of the talk back in the day with Runic, right? You know, this card was very, very, very dumb. And actually, I think this card, we're back up to 18 listings on this. I think this is the most populated I've seen Tyrant's Tirade actually in years. But these copies still move. I mean, this is nothing, you know, that's, you know, unknown to the world. It's just, it's been doing great and powerful things. Now, what about the Goblin out of the frying pan? Pay 500 life points, negate the activation of a spell card, and return it to the owner's hand. You know, this is just a very simple counter trap card that negates an activation on a pay 500. Honestly, I mean, that's not too bad, but I mean, let's look at copies here. Mod plays are dollars. Oh boy. Looks like, you know, more copies coming in at $1.46 and so forth. I mean, like, this card actually does move. It's not a great amount of movements, but, you know, we've got our movements actually happening with this, so I thought that was kind of funny. And then, of course, Mystic Walk. I don't know what is up with this card, because every other single month on this channel, Mystic Walk thinks it's going to do something. Take a look at the structured at commons here. There are 21 of these. Okay, well, that's not bad. What about AST? AST has 49 listings, and we're coming up to $4 to $5 a copy right now. So it's tribute one and gain the attack or the defense to your life points. It's all Mystic Walk ever was. It was just a funny pay 5k, make the dragon off of the Cyberstein, and then you could set the Mystic Walk if your opponent tries to, like, ring you, so you don't, like, lose the game. Like, it actually had its countermeasures back in the day. It's kind of funny. Oh, the Waking the Dragon. Do not forget that we know this was in the Japanese tournament pack, which means there might be something with this card. And I'm going to say it again for those of you in the back. So you get this. It got the reprint in the OCG tournament pack. We don't know what that means, but, you know, something to kind of think about here. Mystic Fighters versions, 97 listings. OTS Super Rares, 30 cents. Flayed of Destruction, common is nothing. I guess the one to watch here would be the Speed Duel version. Just because, like, these are pretty cheap. Core TCG has 69 of these. You know, that's kind of funny to think about. We've also got the Upstart Goblin himself. Man, $84 now on these QCRs. Those went back down. Supers are still $89. I can't forget the Goblin Zombie or the Goblin Fan. Goblin Fan, $29 for the World Championship Pack 1. Goblin Bikers, $16. Goblin Attack Force for the Pharaoh Servant version, 13s. Goblin Elite Attack Force. You know, still only 26 listings on that. It's kind of scary. Upstart Goblin from the Legendary Collection. Those are still kind of worth a little bit, too. Goblin Attack Force, 25th anniversary. Yeah, these are $6. Platinum Upstarts. These are a little bit expensive, too. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. QCR Goblin Attack Force coming in at $6. What a gimmick. I gotta tell you. Supers from Secret Slayers are still $6 as well. I am more surprised about that, honestly. That, you know, Retro Pack Commons, these the originals. Yeah, these are worth a little bit. Nightmare Goblin. Yeah, this is something I'd keep an eye on. These are doing some little funny rides, as the little Goblin Meister should be, right? Huh, what is the reality of this? Huh, yeah, some of these have moved. Interesting. And then, of course, $2. Goblin Biker. Toon Goblin Attack Force. How are you doing, buddy? Been a little while since I've actually looked at you. This card's been moving at a pretty appropriate pace. I mean, makes sense, right? So what do you guys think about the Tyrant's Wrath? You guys have a good rest of your day, alright? Peace. Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.